Hello and welcome back to Rise of Light. For the next installment in my Let's Play here, we're going to be flying as our Russian pilot, Vasily Sobakov. Let's read our diary entry here. It's the 2nd of November. West of Tarnopol lies an Austro-Hungarian factory that is still outputting valuable war materials for our enemies. It is perilously close to the front lines and has made itself a prime target for our bombers. So, the front line runs somewhere down the centre of the screen here to the left of Tarnopol. This will be my first combat mission at the controls, with Timur Koltsov working the bomb loads and Lydia Fomin providing top cover. One of our S-16s will also be in the air to provide further protection. The weather here is becoming grim, the winter chill starting to edge into our lives. The mechanics and ground crew are already at work trying to convert our aircraft so that we might fit skis to them instead of wheels to allow us to continue to fly once the snow starts to fall. I hope I am not the one chosen to test those modifications. Okay then, so we are going to be flying in the Sikorsky S-22. Really, it's a S-23, maybe even a later model, but whatever. It's, as far as the game's concerned, it's S-22. So we're going to be flying from our airfield just here, heading west towards Tarnopol. Then we're going to continue west down towards the factory, which is at this crossroads just here. So the way I'm going to navigate my way there is by counting the lakes. So there's one at Tarnopol. Let's call this Lake 0. Then we've got a large one here, Lake 1. Lake 2, Lake 3, there's our factory just there as well. And we can also see this large body of forested area with an airfield as well. So we should hopefully be able to navigate our way all this direction. We have a railway that's going to lead us most of the way there, but we don't want to stick to it too closely because we'll be coming in at a weird angle. I'm going to try and go straight west from our airfield and just keep this to our right and keep the travel time as short as possible. Like I said, we're going to be flying the S-22. We'll have a quick look at it here. I've selected the lightest bomb load, but this should be enough to complete our task. We're just going to drop all our bombs on that one factory and then turn around and head for home. There's going to be 3 people on board. We've got me at the controls, Vasily Sobakov, and then I've got a couple others. I've got Timur Koltsov working the bombs, and then Lydia Fomin on the rifle on top here. What kind of gun is this? Is this a Lewis gun or some other Russian thing? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, let's get going. Okay then, here we are in the aircraft then. I'm not going to hang around at the start. Let's start up our engines. Okay, looking good. And what we're going to do is, we can see another one of the aircraft over there. Let's just get going here. I'm going to put some slight rudder to the left, just because I don't want to drift off into those buildings. Okay, that should be fine here. You may have already heard that there's another aircraft circling above us. That is going to be our S-16 providing cover. And we're up. We've got our compass down here, so we want to point west and start going. Okay, pretty good. Now this thickest bar right ahead of us here, that is where we're heading, so I want to keep that on the horizon. And we should gain a little bit of altitude as we go along. We've got these lines on the ground here. It seems to be like 5, 10, 15 degrees to the left or right. I'm curious as to how you would use them. I guess maybe the guy in the bomb site would say 5 degrees left, 5 degrees right. Don't know how well that is going to work for me playing. Oh, we got a little, what do you call it there? Ribbon to tell us we have flight support. Or we are flight leader of a sort. Now, one thing I'm concerned about is perhaps a lack of airspeed indicator. These are our RPMs, I think, for each engine. This is our altimeter up here, which looks to be in meters, so we're about 300 meters. I think 1500 should be a safe altitude for bombing at. But no other controls that I can see to tell us how fast we're going. We will just have to guess. Oh, hang on, I'm drifting up here. Right, it's quite a long way to go, so I'm going to skip forwards when we're much closer now. Okay, we are just going past the city of Tonopol now, so I guess that means we're about a third of the way there. There it is, and there is what we're calling Lake Zero behind it here, so we've got to look out for the next one. Probably that one directly ahead of us there. Unless there's another one between us and that, I don't see one. We are still heading west. What's our altitude now? Up to 900 meters. Let's have a look and see what we can see from here. Still got our Sikorsky S-16 following us along, providing cover from any nasties we might run along, or run across I should say. So yeah, I think we're about a third of the way there. I will skip forwards once we get a bit closer, and then we'll start setting up our bomb range, or bomb sites. Okay, we are just flying over Lake 1 now. Ahead of me, well, down below I can see an enemy airfield down there. We are over enemy territory now, and there's a good chance that they will scramble aircraft to go and face us once we get closer. And by good chance I mean if I've set up the mission correctly, they should. Ahead of us there I can see lake number 2, and then directly ahead there's lake number 3. So we are 2/3 of the way along now. This has been a very long flight. If I knew how long it was going to take to get over here, I would have picked a much closer target like this airfield here. But we are barely moving in this thing. What's our altitude now? 1400, okay. That should be good. We'll bomb from here. Let's actually see if we can set up our bomb sites. Okay, I believe autopilot is taking control here. Let's test that, did it? Yep, okay, we are good. So we can start setting up our information here. Now this thing has a top speed of 110 miles an hour. However, I reckon we're not going that. What plane does go at its top speed all the time? Probably only going about 100. We don't have an enemy to or anything else to indicate our airspeed, so we're just having to guess here. We do have a slight headwind, so headwind is blowing north-east, so it's blowing from the southwest. It's a 2-mile-an-hour wind. Set that up around about here, please. Now we are going directly west, or more or less. The wind is blowing about 100 and no, it's going 45 degrees to the northeast. So it's blowing from 225 southwest, which means if we're going directly west, 270, we have a 45-degree difference between us, our heading, and the direction that the wind is blowing from. So we should adjust this like so. There we go. So we can get this lined up correctly. Come on, there we go. So this is now calibrated to adjust. There's the direction the wind is blowing from, going towards this direction. We are heading in this direction here, so you can see you need to position this thing as the direction the wind is coming from. We have it set up to the 2-mile-an-hour wind it is. We have it set up to our, what's it called, airspeed. And then we're going to adjust this just like we did when we were doing the Roland. As we get closer, we'll bring it in. We are at 1400 meters, so let's just keep it as far out as possible, and we have our bomb load just here. Okay, and hopefully this will work for us. Let's go back to our pilot seat now. Okay, we're still going more or less the right direction, slightly to the west. Let's oh, it doesn't like me using the mouse like that. Go slightly to the right here. So we're now playing as Timur Koltsov. Oh, it really does not like me using the mouse here when I've got track IR on. Let's have a look. See from this view. Where is what's his face? There he is, directly above us. Don't see any other aircraft at the moment. Where's he? Don't like the sound of his engine cutting out like that. Oh, he's moving around quite erratically. Can we see anyone way in the distance there? I can only see dirt on my screen really. Let's go back to our pilot seat. And can we see the factory yet? There's the right lake. You can see the forest ahead. It's getting a little bit hilly around there. What's our altitude now? 1400 meters, okay. I think we are all set up here. Let's just get comfy. I can't see the factory yet and probably won't for a while because we are still moving very slow. We haven't even hit lake number 2 yet. I'm sure these lakes have names, but I don't know them. How far off the west are we? Oh, hang on. Come on. Oh, it does not like me looking down at this angle, does it? Right, it's as good as it's gonna get. What's with the numbers at 3.6? Oh, okay, no, there's headings. Okay, so 240 degrees, 250, 260. So we're 10 degrees out, so maybe I should adjust for 10 degrees less than I thought. Let's have a look at that actually. So maybe I want to make it 35 degrees. That should be that little line just there. I guess we might need to adjust closer to the time. We can adjust it when we're coming in close. I'm going to skip ahead again here now. Okay, I think we are getting relatively close now. The village of Posikov, I think that's what it's called. Let's check our map here. Yeah, is just coming into sight, and I think that's the factory beyond it. So we are going a little bit off our heading here. Let's turn to our left. Okay, that was a reasonable adjustment there. Let's wait for it to normalize. The aircraft does swing back to the right a fair bit after you've done turning. Let's go back here, see where we're going. We're drifting a little bit, hang on, let's make sure we are lined up in the seat. So I guess we are playing as Timur Koltsov now, running back and forth from the Bombay doors to over Vasily's shoulder here to line ourselves up. Okay, we need to go an ever so slight further adjustment to the left here. Okay, could that be enough already? Don't know why I'm trying to zoom in there. Oh, we've got a different setup here as well. Before we were looking through a tiny little window. Aperture? Is that the right word? When we were flying in the Roland and in the FE2B, though I never showed that bomb view. Okay, still a little bit more to the left. Back again. Still have time to adjust. What's our heading now? We are 255 maybe. Oh, hang on, we're not sitting quite. Yeah, around about 255. Are we heading in towards it? We still need a little bit more to the left. We're almost heading directly into the wind now, so we're going to need to make further adjustments to this. Right, let's check we've got it lined up. Yes, we do. Okay. We're good now. Let's check our compass heading. I wish I could tilt my head down some more. I obviously didn't get track IR hit set up correctly. We're heading almost exactly 255, and we know it's coming from the southwest. So we need to adjust this up. Oh, hang on. There we go. Just 10 degrees now. Okay, so we're almost going directly into the wind. I wonder if this is too fast now. There's a top speed of 110 kilometers, this thing. We have no other way of telling that from on board the aircraft. We're at 1400 meters. Why is this so high? I didn't adjust that, did I? There we go. Let's check. Okay, there's the village below us. There's our target. Bombs at the ready. Right, we have our bomb load. It is 10 one-pood bombs, which is a term I'd never heard before. I thought it was just maybe a Russian expression for pounds or stone or something, but it's a completely different unit. And yeah, it is essentially equivalent to, I think, around about 36 pounds, which is what, 15, 16 kilos? So they're bigger than the bombs we've been using up till now. Not the biggest bombs we could, in fact these are the lightest bombs. I'm glad I did take them though, otherwise we'd been even longer getting over here. Okay, we are lined up. We are ready to go. Oh, hang on, almost dropped my speed back there. Let's just check. Okay, I don't think we're anywhere close in this view yet. Oh, hang on, we can see the road there, so at the feather setting. Okay, I think we've got a way to go just yet. Okay, we're going to double check everything else again. Okay, altitude 1400. Speed is at the max. Heading 255. Winds coming from approximately, what, 10 degrees to the left, so about this direction. We're going over the lake now. I think we've done all we can from this view. We need to change target. And then we're just going to ride it in like this. No, we won't, because we're still a little bit too far away. I want to just double check I'm still on the right target here. I think we are good. Hope this plane is not going to crash into us at the last minute here. I panic every time I hear it cutting its engine. Okay, this is calibrated. This has gone up too high again. Why is it doing that? So at the last second we're going to drop that, and we're going to release our bombs. This is calibrated correctly. 2 mile an hour wind speed. Right heading, here's the village. Okay, we are getting close now. Let's see what kind of adjustment this makes. Not much. Okay, so we need to basically hit it as soon as we see the target. 400 meters, that's correct. Here's the final lake here, lake number 3. Oh, those all converted shots up there. I'm fairly sure our altimeter was in meters already. Okay, we're about to see the factory, I think, any second now. We'll drop our bombs in sequences, so hopefully, if I've miscalculated the speed, it won't be a complete disaster. Okay, here it is. There's the factory. Okay, getting ready now. Okay, I was panicking there because I was like, oh, we're slightly off target, but never mind. We'll just devastate one side of the factory. Okay, 2 bombs away. Another 2. Another 2. Another 2. Another 2. Let's see if we hit anything. Come on. Oh, we're not going to see. Off the screen. Alright. Don't tell me I came all this way just to fail this mission. He's still up there. I'm looking for other aircraft now. It appears we have made a rookie error, because if I look behind me here, it helps if you open your bomb bay doors. Never mind, we're going to approach from the other angle now, so let's take over. And we're going to make a rather abrupt turn here, a rather impatient and abrupt turn, which is probably not the best idea, but we're doing it anyway. Right, here's our factory target again. We're going to have to do our calculations much quicker now. Let's start by getting this thing heading level towards our target, like so. Okay. Right, okay. We are now flying towards our target. At a heading of, come on game, don't do this to me, exactly east. Okay, so back to this screen. This needs to now be adjusted. It's going, we are going at 135 degrees, heading this way, like so. Our speed, we're going to guess 200 again, or 100 kilometers an hour. We probably lost a little bit. Hopefully we'll pick up the speed as we get closer. We now have a tailwind with us as well. 100 is probably not far off. It's still going at 2 miles an hour. We have the wind blowing the right direction. We will double check our... Oh, hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hurry. This needs to go to 400 as well. Why does this keep changing every single time? Okay, we have our bombs loaded now. But I noticed that only like a rack of 5 slid forwards there, so I don't know how many it's going to drop. Here's the factory again. Here we go. Get ready. What have I miscalculated? Nothing. It all appears to be good. We're going to get it right this time. Maybe I should drop all bombs? Here we go again. Slightly off target again. Right, first 2 away. And another. Wait a bit. One more. Wait a bit more. Some more. Wait the last little bit. Altitude to max. Okay, all bombs are away. Alright. We're hitting targets. Does it need to be exact to... I definitely got that factory there. Okay, a couple hits. And probably some other damage besides that. Definitely took out 2 buildings there. I didn't realize we had to be so exact. I expected it to do more damage around. But hey, I actually managed to drop the bombs. Okay, we can put this back, reset everything here. And this is done. Now all we have is our return flight, but they're probably not going to let us get away with that. We're going to have to keep an eye out for enemy aircraft incoming. I will skip forwards to either when I'm landing here or when I'm engaged by any other aircraft. I'm gutted that I mucked it up the first time. I never would have thought about using the bomb bay doors. I guess we can close this now. We can try and close it. I think it's just locked in now. Yep. Oh, hang on. No, there we go. Great, we have that shut. And we are heading for home. I will catch up with you in a little bit. I'm kind of gutted in the end that we never saw anything of the other planes, because we are pretty much at home now. There's Turnbull off to our right. If I look behind us here, there's that big area where all the rivers meet with a small village beside it, which means we're just somewhere directly ahead of us here. Not too far to go. Check the skies one last time. I obviously didn't set them up correctly, because it should have been... Where's my aircraft? Oh my god. Don't do that to me. Yeah, obviously didn't set him up correctly to go and pursue us, but never mind. We did the bombing run, and we were somewhat successful. We took out 2 buildings with our small bombs. I didn't realise we had to be so precise, so I was just dropping generally. I'll need to go back and check the footage to see how well or we judged our speed, because I think we had it set to 100, didn't we? And I need to remember that for our next bombing mission in this thing. Let's go and change seats here. Should probably take over and start diving in a second as soon as I spot the airfield. So we know there's a bridge, and I think I'm looking directly at a bridge just there actually, even if it hasn't spawned in. Okay, there's a river. That looks like, yeah, there's a second bridge. So there would be 2. Check our map. Let's zoom in here, if I can. So there's the second bridge. There should be ahead of us there. Oh, is that it? That slightly lighter patch? Just see if I can light it up just on the left hand side of that longest marking on the screen. I think it could be that. Or I could follow the road and work it out actually. So it's to the left of the road. I think it's just there actually, yeah. What altitude are we at? Just under 1400. I'm getting the hang of the bomb sights though. It's not nearly as intimidating as it once was. I just need to remember to actually open the bomb bay doors now. Made me feel a bit foolish when I went by and I was like, no bombs have dropped. I was wondering if at first if it was just a graphic thing, and then I was like, wait a second, no, something's going wrong here. I think we're over that river now. Let's take over. We're going to go into a dive here. Do our engines even pick up speed? Not really. So are they at 1000 or 2000? Steeper dive. How fast? There we go. Who knows how quick we are going. Our engines have barely responded at all to this dive. Can we see the aerodrome anywhere? Actually looking for it out here. Oh, there it is. Just up there. Hope I didn't drop too fast there. I don't think we're going that fast. But maybe this thing doesn't hold together so well, even if you pick up the speed just a little bit. This mission has been going on for an hour and a half now. I really did not realise how far away that was. The maps are enormous in Rise of Flight. This river has not loaded. Maybe it has. No, I think we're just turning with it. That's it over there, yes it is. Oh, hang on, that was not what I meant to do there. I'll go around this block of trees just there. Then we should have plenty of time to approach. Okay, here we are, turning in for our final approach. Let's not clip the wings off any trees here. Don't think we need to worry about the wind too much. What's our heading anyway? We're pretty much going into the wind, so it's fine. Okay, touchdown. Let's taxi over to the base here. That's pretty much the end of this mission then. More successful than we were last time anyway. actually blew up a few targets. I was still using the smallest bombs. Next time I think I need to use something bigger. I'll need to study the footage as well. Also, I looked into the crash yesterday, or the kill we got yesterday. But we'll need to, well, I'll discuss it in the comments actually below that video rather than just now, because this has gone on long enough. So for now, all I'm going to do is say goodbye. I will be back again in December. There's a trio of videos I want to do then, and that'll be the last ones we do before we switch over to Pat Wilson's campaign generator, and then hopefully the missions will get much more involved and become more fleshed out rather than these kind of bare bones trials, I guess the only way I can describe them. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me again in another video soon.